Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today I am back with another video here and game review, game 14 of the year, Flyers versus Rangers, first game since last Sunday, or actually not last Sunday, the week before. It's been so long, since February 7th, and now, tonight's game, Flyers Rangers at home, and the Flyers ended up falling in this one 3-2 in a shootout. And again, this honestly was it was actually a really good hockey game. For the Flyers and what their lineup was tonight, and I'll get to that in a minute, just the lines that they had and everything that's been going on with the team and the COVID protocol list and all that stuff. But again, I thought they played hard, they battled hard, they came back to tie it late, and they ended up getting a point out of it, in that skills competition there in the shootout. But as for the lines, JVR with Couturier and Farabee, that was your, I guess, first line of the game, if you really even do numbered lines anymore. Raffl, Hayes, and Aube-Kubel. Bottom in Patrick and Kasha, and then Morin, Andrioff, and Sushko for that fourth line there. Defense was pretty similar, to be honest. Provorov, Myers, Sanheim, Ghost, Hag, and Gustafsson. Carter Hart in net for this one. A lot of notes to kind of start off this one. Giroux's 328 games played streak ends tonight, and since 2009-10, Giroux has played in 858 of a possible 869 games played. He's only missed 11 games. This is the first game for the Flyers since March 1st, 2009, where they won 3-0 against the Devils without Giroux or Voracek. The Rangers lost 4 straight coming into this one. This was Sushko, his NHL debut. He was the first Belarusian player to ever play for the Flyers and make their debut. He's the 9th player ever in the NHL to do it in the NHL. Sunday's game against Boston, this is a quick update for Sunday's game, that got switched to 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time because of a weather issue. They said that they were trying to move it up so that like rain and stuff doesn't come in at Lake Tahoe. So that's now moved at 2 o'clock instead of 3. And Morgan Frost was taken off the COVID protocol list today, which updates at 5 o'clock daily on NHL.com. So now it's just the 6 Flyers with the 5 top 9 forwards and Giroux, Voracek, Konecny, Lawton, and Lindblom, and then Justin Braun for the Flyers. But very early, the Flyers, they get in there. Really good first period, I will say. This is a good first period from the Flyers, and they get a goal, 1-0, 59 seconds in. Aube-Kubel on a tap-in. Great setup pass by Hayes to keep the puck in. They send it around in front. Complete scramble, and it was potted home there by Aube-Kubel, and it's 1-0 for the Flyers. Really nice shift by that line. After the goal, they generated chances all night. Easily the Flyers' best line tonight. I think more as the game went on, you saw that line and that Couturier line start to take over, and those two lines looked pretty good tonight, I will say. Patrick draws a penalty. Great start from the Flyers, as I said. They were all over the Rangers, and they get a power play here. Patrick gets tripped up in the offensive zone. Wasn't a bad power play for what they had, but they had zone time and 2 shots. But that's kind of the big thing from tonight's game, I noticed, is the power play is 0 for 5. And it can't happen. I know you're shorthanded, guys, and most of those guys would be playing on the power play, but still, you cannot go 0 for 5 in a game like this and expect to win. I mean, it sucks because, you had those chances. And again, one thing I'll talk about too is the Rangers with the block shots. I'll get to that in a minute, but JVR and Farabee here, they get a 2-on-1. Looked like Farabee hit the outside of the net or the post. Maybe Georgiev got a piece of it, but still, Flyers were really pressuring after that, I should say. Ghost ended up breaking up a potential 3-on-2, 3-on-1, maybe a 2-on-1 play, which led to a Rangers icing. The Aube-Kubel, Hayes, Raffl line really did look good in this one. They had a lot of chances going later into the period as well. Sanheim, he's tripped up in the defensive zone. Flyers power play. They needed that because the Rangers, they had their zone time. Fourth line was kind of stuck out there a while. They got like maybe a quarter of a change, maybe half a change completed, and then the Rangers were right back in. But the Rangers ended up taking a penalty. Big, huge break for the Flyers. They had a nice setup with some shots from the point, but the Rangers blocked shots. That's what they did all game. They had 27 block shots in this one. The Flyers, they kind of set up a little bit on that power play. Hayes had a nice bank pass to Raffl, which was a great save by Georgiev. And then the Flyers ended up taking a penalty here. Hag and Andrioff. This was weird because it was Hag and Andrioff. They both go off for 2 separate penalties, so it's a full 5-on-3 for 2 minutes. And this sucked because it was like, oh, great. There's 2:08 left in the period. Well, Kreider ended up taking a penalty for the Rangers, so it was a 4-on-3 for a minute 17. Coots ended up breaking up a couple plays at that blue line. Panarin absolutely yanked one, hit the crossbar, but the Flyers ended up killing it off. Shots on goal after the first period were 11-6 in favor of the Rangers. There wasn't nothing crazy from the Rangers offensively, honestly. Flyers did defend well. I'll say that. They kept a lot of it to the outside. They had majority of the zone time, and again, they would have had more shots in this game, but the 27 block shots is one of the reasons why you lost tonight. Overall, really good period for the Flyers in that first, and they had 27 seconds of power play time going over into the second. That penalty ended up getting killed off, and the Flyers ended up taking a penalty here at 18:32. Tripped by Hayes. Hart made a really nice save in front, and it ended up. It looked like, he made a nice save, and the Rangers kind of set it up again, and the Flyers had a couple failed clears, and then they score. 1-1, tipped in front, Blackwell. It was a shot from Buchnevich at the point. It looked like it didn't even hit the ice. It just deflected, went right off Blackwell's stick and in, and it is a 1-1 game from there. Hart maybe would want that one back. I think it's a tough one because it deflects and everything, and he's kind of already set for the Buchnevich shot. So again, it's tough, but some really back and forth play after that goal, mostly in the neutral zone. Flyers get a power play with 12:46 left in the second. Provorov gets hooked. Again, they set up, not many chances. Patrick had a nice chance in front, but couldn't really get a quality shot off. Myers ended up breaking up a Rangers rush the other way on Lemieux. Completely sat him down on the ice. Great play by Myers. He's done that a lot this year. Really uses his body to his advantage. Rangers get a power play again. So Blackwell lifts Hag's stick and into the Rangers player. And Hag got called for high stick in just 2 minutes. But this reminds me of another penalty that was called in the 18-19 season on Hag, where it was against the Islanders. I don't remember what player it was or whatever, but someone lifted Hag's stick. Or no, it was similar to that. But an Islanders player high sticked his own man, and they called Hag for the high stick. And it was the most aggravating thing because Hag didn't even touch him, and they still called it a penalty. And I don't remember if the Islanders scored on it, but still, it's kind of similar because it's like, someone lifting his stick into someone, and he gets called for it. But the Flyers ended up killing off. Myers was really shut down on that penalty kill. Hart absolutely robs Buchnevich on a partial breakaway, and it was a breakaway. He ended up getting a shot off, and they still call a penalty shot. I don't really understand why, because isn't a penalty shot supposed to be if it impedes the player taking a shot, or they call it a penalty? But no, he still got a shot off, and they still called it a penalty shot, and Hart made a very easy save on that one too. Flyers get a power play here. Myers was slashed with 1:30 left. Again, they got set up, but nothing crazy. Provorov, he had a shot that ended up getting blocked late. Decent period. The Rangers had momentum for sure, but the Flyers didn't really have as much jump. And at times, it looked like the Flyers were just completely lost. I mean, it looked like they had guys missing in front. They have no idea where their assignment is. I guess that's the reason, it makes sense too, because you have such a younger lineup in there. You have a lot of guys coming in. I mean, you have Andrioff, Morin, Kasha, Bunneman playing wing. I mean, a bunch of changes. So it's understandable, but still, it can't happen, and it's not an excuse at all. The shots on goal after this period were 23-13 in favor of the Rangers in total, 12-7 Rangers in the period. Power play that ran over ended up getting killed off. Flyers had jump really early in this third period, very similar to the first. And then the Rangers ended up getting a goal here off of a unfortunate play. It's Hayes is reaching, they send it in front, it's a bad rebound, and Panarin smacks it over to Smith, and he slams it in the wide open net, and it's a 2-1 game. I really don't even know what to say on that one. It's a bad rebound by Hart. It's a miscommunication in front. Nobody picks up Smith. Hart, again, the rebound was bad, and it's a 2-1 game. Provorov had a beautiful chance here that went wide. Great setup pass by Couturier. He fended off a couple guys along the wall, and he found Provorov at the point. That might have gotten blocked too. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times I sat there and was like, oh, and then it would just get blocked. It was just so aggravating because they had so many chances. It's so annoying when you watch a game like that too, because you're praying for a goal. In a 2-1 game, that tying goal, that ended up happening here. So the Flyers, they end up getting the empty net, 2:31 left. Ended up getting a face-off, so Hart had to go back out and then go back. They end up getting it set up, and Farabee scores. Scramble in front, set play. Couturier threw it off the wall. Hayes ends up getting the shot. It hit Lindgren's stick mid-air, bounced off of his pad. Farabee went in and jammed it.
similar to the Albie Kubel goal. They just jammed away, and they ended up finding and the puck ended up going in, and the net ended up coming off with some Morans, and the puck went over the line and then slid out, but it still counted. It went, as I said, it went over the line and everything. So again, 2-2, the Flyers. They tied the game late with 1:14 left, and they go to overtime. Raffle, he breaks up a pass from the Rangers. Would have been a Zibanejad breakaway there. That was a very fortunate play. Great play by Raffle to break that up. And then Patrick takes a penalty because him and Ghost took the same guy, missed Buchnevich in front, and then Patrick was pretty much forced to take the penalty. He had to take that and hooked him. And the Flyers actually killed that off. They did a great job on that kill. Block shot by Raffle, really nice save by Hart. Panarin hit the post. But again, they ended up killing it off, and they go to a shootout. Hayes goes, he misses. Kakko goes down and scores. Beautiful shot. Goots goes down, really similar to that goal he had in Toronto last year on the shootout. Panarin goes down and scores. It's beautiful move by both Rangers. Goals were disgusting. JVR goes up and misses. He flubbed the shot, and the Rangers end up picking up the win. 3-2 in the shootout. So again, tough game for the Flyers overall. They should have won tonight, to be honest. Again, over 5 on the power play, and 27 block shots. Again, you're missing guys in your lineup, but again, this was not a game that the Flyers had to win. Were dire to win. They were 8-3-2 going into this one, and they still get a point out of it. So 8-3-3 on the season. Again, it sucks, but the Flyers, I think they honestly could have won this game overall. But again, it is what it is. Have to move on. Have Boston Sunday at 2 o'clock, and then you move on there. Bunch of traveling and stuff, so it looks like the next game for the Flyers after that is going to be Buffalo on Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. That was one of those games that ended up getting the time moved from 7 to 1. Bunch of time changes and things like that, but again, tough one tonight from the Flyers. Any thoughts you guys have below? Again, tough game. A lot of guys missing from the lineup, but again, they fought back. They get a point out of it, end up losing there in the shootout. So remember, guys, podcast articles, those links are on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.